Have you ever been searching through the internet like normal, whether on social media or just a random art blog, when you randomly stumble upon these pieces or others similar in nature that just seem to captivate your full undivided attention? For some eerie reason, these ominous paintings feel as though they pull you in and fill you with emotions of bewilderment, distress, maybe even slightly mesmerized by the uncanny entities illustrated within these compositions. However you must feel about these illustrations, you simply can't deny that they resonate with mystery and maybe even a slight sense of dread. Perhaps that is what the artist is trying to convey to their audience with their creations. Who's to say besides the person in question, behind these abstract creations of wonder and distress? And if by some chance this is the first time you're met with these art pieces, don't feel too concerned, because in today's video, we will delve together in order to finally figure out who exactly is behind these chilling illustrations. If you're one of the many individuals that have randomly come across one of these artworks, then it seems that we have something in common, as I too was exposed to specifically this one myself. I distinctly recall myself a couple months ago searching through my Instagram feed, looking for some random art accounts that I followed, when I noticed that one specific picture just kept reappearing within my feed. It felt as though it wouldn't leave me alone. Maybe it was just me, but it made me feel slightly intrigued in this art. I found myself continuously staring at the photo, perplexed, trying to understand the meaning behind it, trying to decipher the painting itself, wondering why it made me feel so creeped out, yet simultaneously amazed. Perhaps it was the surreal, unique style that radiates eeriness, or the minimalist color palette that drew me in. Whatever it was, it piqued my curiosity and only prompted me into exploring further and identifying these creative pieces and the person behind them. Going through my entire feed, I noticed that it just wasn't one photo that kept reappearing, but rather many that shared the same attributed features displayed in the one that I saw. The same colors, style, and even somewhat grotesque atmosphere behind them. I knew that they had to be made by the same creator. In an effort to confirm my suspicion, I checked out the description of one of these random photos, and I noticed that the picture had been made by someone named Suguru Tanaka, or what many people call him, Guru. According to the post, Guru seems to be a Japanese artist. I couldn't find anything else, and so I took my search to Google and I looked him up. I was taken to a Reddit thread regarding Guru and his art pieces. Seems I wasn't the only one interested in this person. Looking through the wide array of comments complimenting Guru on his art, I found a comment that expanded the horizons of my search. I completely agree with the sentiments of this comment made by Deranged Cultist. I truly believe Guru and his art should be highly praised for what it's worth. But I noticed a name that kept reappearing within my search, Beksinski. I had previously never heard of his name, and it made me wonder if it had anything to do with Guru, and so I kept that in mind and decided that I would soon get back into that later on. I then decided to click on the link that Deranged Cultist provided, and I was taken to a virtual gallery of Guru's paintings. Distraught yet amazed, I found myself looking through this entire gallery for what felt like an eternity. Each different piece completely unique from the rest. From surreal humanoid figures to grotesque sculptures and buildings, all manifesting the same feelings of a distorted reality in some sort of dystopian nightmare. I completely loved it. But I had to remind myself that I had been searching for more information about Guru. That's exactly what I found at the very top of the gallery. I must have missed it when I was distracted looking at the paintings, but alongside the Japanese kanji, there were several links all relating to Guru himself. Several of the links took me to various different game developing websites that credited their collaborative efforts with Guru. I suppose Guru and his art has a notable presence within the development of games, or is connected in some sort of way. This makes perfect sense, honestly, since art and video games almost go hand in hand with each other. Games are relying on art and creating a suitable environment and atmosphere in order to enhance immersion. It seems this is exactly what occurred in most notably a game called Yuppie Psycho. Yuppie Psycho is a retro 16-bit horror game taking place in a dystopian society, within of which the player is introduced with two receptionists at the table that seem to have no face. They provide the player with a pamphlet of the exhibition, welcoming the player into the disturbing world of Suguru Tanaka. With the exhibition being named The Blood of the Devil, the in-game gallery is exactly what you would imagine an actual exhibition to be like. Aside from the hellish atmosphere, each piece of Guru's art is up for display alongside with their corresponding names. Just like the art, Guru's exhibition really conveys a truly disturbing environment in the game. After finding out Guru has a background in working with video games, I was compelled to search deeper if he had any other influences or effects in other games when I found an IMDb profile with his name. I can't say I'm 100% sure that it's him, but they seem to also work in visual effects and games, specifically the art department. And I'm honestly surprised and shocked that he has actually worked on many notable games within his career, such as Death Stranding, Nier Automata, Persona 5, and even the Yakuza franchise. I honestly didn't expect Guru to have such a wide array of video games that he's worked on. If what these websites are saying is true, Guru truly has a wide impact with his art, just as Beksinski did himself. Beksinski was truly a master artist. Some even call him the nightmare artist because of his creations that he made, feeling as though he manifests nightmares and projects them onto his canvases. Beksinski was truly a disturbed individual due to his war-ridden background. His impact within the art world, I believe, is unlike any other. I believe Beksinski's nihilistic outlook in life and his portrayal within his paintings truly had an impact on Guru's art. Some say that Suguru's style is a blatant rip-off of Beksinski's, but I completely disagree with that notion. No one can conglomerate all of his art pieces and say that Beksinski had a definitive style, because he really didn't. Yeah, many of his paintings were similar and many portrayed similar characteristics with each other, yet remained completely unique and diverse from one another. Beksinski said himself that his art is meaningless, at one point saying that, "Meaning is meaningless to me." Therefore, no true connotation behind his paintings, no symbolism, no story, no greater meaning, hence why none of his creations were given a name. This contrasts Guru's art, as his paintings are in fact given a title, meaning that Guru didn't mind giving a perceived interpretation of his art to his audience. Yes, Guru's art in fact displays similarities with Beksinski's pieces through the unreal architecture and the surreal dystopian atmosphere. It's pretty easy to see where Guru drew inspiration from Beksinski. But I feel that where Guru truly separates himself from Beksinski is by his direct and simplistic color scheme. You rarely see any other colors used in Guru's art besides red, black, and occasionally white. Very rarely do you see other paintings with cold colors such as blues and greens, all of which contribute to his style, making you feel as though you're in some sort of hellish atmosphere. And if you want to learn more about the fascinating and tragic life of Zdzisław Beksiński, then please check out In Praise of Shadows video on him. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check out. Suguru Tanaka's art is unlike any others that I have seen. Looking at some of his pieces makes me feel weirdly insignificant. Other pieces make me feel claustrophobic, like I'm trapped and I have nowhere else to go but venture further and deeper into the unknown void. It's very rare for such art pieces to get me out of my own comfort zone and make me contemplate things that I usually wouldn't think about. And I think that's where Guru shines the most. You probably already heard of this before, but artists like to take inspiration from each other. And I think that for the most part, that's what Guru has been doing with Beksinski. It's not an imitation nor a rip-off, but rather an artist taking inspiration from another. I like to see it as Guru almost being an apprentice of some sort to the nightmare artist himself. However it may be, and however you may see it, you can't deny that Guru's unique style is truly fascinating and deserves a recognition. As to the meaning behind these paintings, I feel almost embarrassed for myself wanting to initially place a thesis behind Suguru's art, even though they've all been given a name. I believe there is no true meaning behind these compositions because I feel Guru wants to leave their interpretations for his audience to explore, just as Beksinski's creations did for his. In his words, "I react strongly to images that have no obvious answer to their mysteries. If there is a key to their creation, they are simply illustration." I believe maybe Guru has taken motivation from Beksinski's ideals, allowing him to further elaborate upon his creative process. The humanoid manifestations are constantly diverging from what you'd expect. Despite almost looking like a person, the portraits always convey monster-like qualities, deforming their faces, converting them into insect-like abominations, staring emptily into the unknown, morphing from demonic alien-like creatures to human-like bugs. Some of the bodies stretching and converging into mere flesh-like constructions of what used to be a person. Others remolded into imitating what I presume could be angelic beings, and others royalty. Some standing ominously, whether in fear or wanting to be feared. Creatures sitting in their thrones resembling totalitarian rulers, and others sitting in loneliness. Buildings made of flesh and organic features. Urban society being corrupted and devoured. Even though there might not be a meaning behind these paintings, I still somewhat sense an underlying theme of duality between chaos and order. Between the harsh red colors and the muted shades of the surrounding environment, Sometimes chaos and order can live in coexistence in harmony. Other times chaos taking over order, and order conquering chaos. I feel it's a beautiful metaphor for life as a whole. Nothing is definite. Nothing is black and white. And sometimes you gotta be able to find the beauty in the dissonance. Suguru Tanaka is still active to this day on his Twitter if you want to check him out. And he has a website up for anyone who's interested in buying his art. Both links will be in the description down below. That being said, this has been our journey in exploring the mysterious guru, the modern-day nightmare artist. If you have anything you'd like to say or let me know, leave me a comment. Go leave a like and subscribe. I'd truly appreciate it, and it's the best way for you to show your support. Thanks for watching.